This is the first thing most of us have in mind when we start talking about large companies. For example, factories and other manufacturing firms, massive retailers, airlines, hotel chains and similar. Basically, all companies that employ a lot of workers for simple, repetitive tasks. In order to manage them successfully, you just need some sort of rules, standardization and hierarchy. Description. Since you have to manage a lot of people dealing with routine tasks, you have to develop a lot of controlling mechanisms. Try to standardize everything you possibly can in order to guide and monitor them all, define suitable channels of communication and similar. As a consequence, you cannot do everything by yourself, and midline managers, although helpful, will not be sufficient. That's why techno-structure starts to dominate, but let's start from the beginning. Operating core. This cluster dominates by number of people. Lots of employees, usually with well-programmed activities, performing simple tasks. Standardization and formalization are the key, allowing a wide span of control in combination with direct supervision by first-line managers. The key target is to achieve efficiency and operational excellence. Midline managers. This is very important part of the organization, designed to run the daily operations. Here we understand few very important and distinct roles they have to play. First, to supervise regular workflows and handle potential disturbances like conflicts, technology breakdowns and similar. In order to successfully accomplish this mission, most likely all tasks will be organized around functions or by grouping similar tasks within same units. As a consequence, the midline plays a very important role in connecting different organizational parts. For example, communicating on time if there is increasing need for some product, production speed should be increased. There are some huge inventories, so we should slow down with some production or increase marketing activities and similar. Techno-structure. This is a natural extension. Simply, this cluster is designed to help directing midline managers and signaling if some adjustments are needed. For example, there is a lot of planning and budgeting activities, performing market research to understand the trends and competition, performing quality control or optimizing processes. Basically, all those important activities that exceed regular midline managerial duties within a functional setup. Technostructure is here to develop systems and tools to measure and analyze if they, meaning operating core and midline managers, are doing the job properly and where is the potential to additionally improve it. That's why they force standardization, design different rules and procedures, promote following formal chain of authority philosophy, and similar. Support staff. This is a result of the nature of bureaucratic thinking, to control what is up to us. Although some services might be bought on the market, this structure type prefers to have it all inside as a support. That might be a strong legal department, PR staff, mailroom, and an archive, own restaurant if the factory is a bit dislocated from urban facilities, and similar. Strategic apex. Since this organizational type is suitable for already established companies, strategic apex is not focused on pursuing the way and solving market problems, but rather excelling in performance improvements and efficiency. As a consequence, entrepreneurial spirit is weakening, while balancing power struggle and enabling the company to be run as a machine are becoming the prime tasks. It's very common to see such companies to be centralized, where leaders are focused on direct supervision and extensive usage of different sorts of reports. When to use. In order to successfully be implemented, a simple and stable environments are required, so the workflow can be programmed. Additionally, it is very common for large, matured companies, meaning those with a lot of operational staff and enough experience to conclude what's the best practice and use it to standardize the work. It is common to rely on some sort of technical systems in order to automate the work of others, for example, mass production firms. Finally, due to the size, companies from this organizational type dominate the world, not by their number, but the power they individually have. Potential challenges. For sure, there are at least few strong challenges we have to discuss that are related to this organizational type. Too mechanical. It's based on rational thinking and efficiency as main drivers, while human elements might be missing. For example, pushing people to do boring repetitive activities, following rules, procedures and formal chain of command, etc. Yet, it is still the most effective way to do such kind of jobs. Killing entrepreneurial spirit. Since it is based on a set of rules, following procedures, asking for approvals and similar, it's the opposite of an entrepreneurial spirit, born to break the established patterns of thinking. That's why it can operate perfectly well in stable environments and mature companies, but not in times of radical changes and need for innovation and adaptability. Politics and power struggle. As you can imagine, since these companies might become huge, people holding certain positions become very powerful as well. And that creates emerging practice of political wars within such companies, where strategic apex has to spend a lot of energy balancing and solving potential people-related issues. Alienated leadership. Since there are a lot of hierarchical levels, strategic apex is alienated from operations, focused on using indirect approaches to running a company, through different tools, reports and other systems focused on numbers. It starts to look like running a company based on a remote control.